Today's 1088 day I'm sharing as a learning, I will support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today is a very powerful topic because just let's say, imagine that let's say that you are a caterpillar and you want to become a butterfly. What do you need to do? What do you need to do? You need to go to cocoon, stay there, not live your life, get isolated, wait, transform inside. No one sees that. And after a while, you really need to get out of that cocoon to finally become a butterfly. So that means that you need to make transition. I think that a lot of times we are caterpillars and we afraid of that transition. Every person will need to have a different transition. But what is your cocoon? What is your cocoon that you avoiding? I think it's very, very powerful to understand that there's some cocoons that are waiting for us to transform us, to make us better, to improve. I think that one thing is that it's very, very common that we want to have a magic wand that removes something from our lives. But that's not what we do. That's what we're not able to do. How is diamond forged? Is by pressure. How the blacksmith makes the best, sharpest knives by heat and punching and pressure. So if you want to be sharp, if you want to be really expensive in any perspective of life and success, you need to have a pressure. You need to be forced through. So that means what are those areas that you need to be pressured in to make things happen? Because sometimes we need to torture ourselves to success. Because I think that a lot of times we think that we will be able to achieve success without really focusing on the potentially hurtful things. So today we'll share what are the things that sometimes we forget that are essential in life. We're trying to avoid things. By trying to avoid things, we don't get what we want. It's very, very common. Number one thing is that is the most common thing is failure. Failure, disappointment. We're trying to avoid failure and disappointment so much that you never get to success. It is impossible to avoid failure and get massive success. It's impossible. And sometimes we want to avoid failure, but still we fail. And we played it safe at that moment. And even though that we succeed not where what we wanted, just at bottom of our success. So if you actually want to succeed, what we want to embrace failure, embrace disappointment. It's not easy. I didn't say that this lesson will be easy. I said this lesson is powerful what we need to reflect on. And we need to understand what are our relationships with disappointment and failure. Because if our relationship is fear of failure, that is bad. I think that is one of the key success points for me that really helped me to realize that failure is great, is that failure and success is in one side. Not trying and quitting is other side. Failure and success in one side and not trying and quitting is other side. So that means that success and failure is in the same corner. So did you fail? That's success. Did you succeed? That's success because you're able to transition from failure to success, but you're not able to transition from not trying to something else. Second thing that really people are always try to avoid, that's very, very common, is heartbreak. I just don't want to really be heartbroken. And especially if a person already had heartbroken and they said, okay, I don't want to experience relationships, I don't want to have even could potentially be a business relationships or any kind of relationship, so friendship relationships. Because the biggest disappointment is like someone lost your trust. Someone made a mistake. Someone hurt you. Someone hurt me. Someone that's everyone will go through that. So that means that if one person hurt us, that's not supposed to really make us feel that we are not supposed to have relationships. Now, is that easy? Again, no. But we need to really learn how to say that okay, one heartbreak doesn't lead to future heartbreaks. One heartbreak most time is the foundation of having understanding what you really want to build that future relationships even better. Number three is stress and pressure. And this is again, when I share that diamonds are created under stress and pressure. All the best swords are made under stress and pressure. So that means if you want to be sharp, we need to understand that pressure is okay. So what kind of things in your life are pressure for you? Because if you don't have pressure, that means you that's okay. That's okay. Like it's okay not to have pressure in life. But if you want to have massive success, that's not okay. So that means that do you want average life? Or do you want mediocre life? Or do you want exceptional life? And if you want exceptional life, so what kind of pressure do you have in your life right now? That means that if you don't have pressure, that means that you're moving too slow towards your goals. Because when you start executing and moving to your goals very, very fast, there's more and more pressures. Because you know that you are on the go and you have a lot of things going on. So from those a lot of things going on, something could potentially work faster, something will go slower, and that of course potentially will put some pressure, but at the same time it's healthy pressure because it makes you better. You try to really work how it will, could be more effective, how it could be more productive, how it could be more focused. So that pressure pushes you to become the best version of you. It's very, very important. I think that's sometimes we want to avoid stress at all cost. And that cost is not becoming the person that you could be. Number four is conflict or disagreements. That's again big one, big one, big one, big one. Because where is the truth is found? Where is in conflict? Conflict without conflict, sometimes you'll not find the truth. Because if a person has one idea, other person, other idea, they will never find the truth when you actually have a conflict and disagreement. And that conflict could be just having conversation, discussion. It's not to be that you need to shout at each other to have a conflict. No, like conflicts could be great discussions. That's what I see the conflict. Conflict is just seeing that there's a difference between the opinions. Okay, so there's a conflict, but how we communicate that conflict, that of course will be different. But when you have a conflict, that means that we're able to really find the truth. We're able to improve, get better. Without conflict, sometimes this is impossible to get that relation happen. Because if you avoid conflicts, that means we'll never have deep conversations. We'll never have deep connections, deep relations, because connections and relations a lot of times are built exactly through conflict. It's strengthened because you understand that even though could we have a conflict, we're able to find a way to connect. We're able to find a way how we're able to really work towards common ground, common vision. Number five is hard work. I think that sometimes we could avoid hard work. And it's a great thing that sometimes we avoid hard work, but we're working very, very hard to become lazy. So we work very hard right now that we could be lazy in the future. That's I understand. But if we avoid hard work altogether in all our lives, not ever putting hard work in our lives, I think that we'll always stay in that mediocre life. I truly believe that at some point in our life, we will need to put hard work if you want to succeed. And then again, the question is for you: when do you want to put that hard work? When do you want to put for hard work? Do you want to put at 20s? Do you want to put at 30s? Do you want to put at 40s? At 50s? At 60s? When is the time that you will put hard work in place? Because if you want to avoid, you'll never achieve that success that you're looking for. Because I think that one of the biggest thing is that, and when I used to have conversations with people about any kind of business, and I always used to love the question because, are you willing to make some changes? Are you willing to make some changes in your lifestyle to really become that person? Are you willing to make some changes in life to be the business owner that you said that's important to you? And some people said that no, like I still want to go on Friday parties. I still want to do Saturday barbecues, Sunday barbecues, and all those things. So that is not hard work. That is a comfortable work. And comfortable work doesn't lead to results that people look at. A lot of times, I think that we need to say like, this is my vision. If my work now actually could lead to that, and I think sometimes it can be delusional that thinking that our work will lead to goals. It might be that it will lead, but sometimes when I say, okay, I want to achieve that by 30, So that means that your work will lead to achieve your goal by 50. So are you okay with that? Are you okay with that? Achieving your goal by 60. And if you're not okay, that means hard work needs to be in your vocabulary. Number seven is number six. Number six is free time. I think that the free time is sometimes is there's misconceptions a lot of times about free time because I think that we're afraid of free time, especially people who are very, very success driven, ambitious, and they don't want free time at all. But I think that free time is we have a so many different definitions of free time. Free time is recharge. Free time is thinking. Free time is measuring things. So it means that a lot of times when you have free time for different reasons, we're not supposed to be sad because of it, but we're supposed to look at how I could potentially execute and become better. But execute is sometimes not on your goals. You need to execute on yourself, execute on your recharge, execute on reflection, execute on your building relationships, execute on things that outside of your goals. I think that we're not supposed to be afraid of free time because free time something is the thing that really elevates our energy to pursue the things that we want even more. Because sometimes we do, let's say that we want to pursue some kind of goal for our family, for parents, for kids, for anyone. And we're working so hard that we don't spend any time with our family or the people that we work so hard for. So free time is to really connect with them, have time with them, and really reconnect with your goals. That this exactly those are the people that have worked so hard every single day. And as I said, that's what I call free time. Free time is that you really are allowing yourself to not think about all those terrible things that pertain, all those great things that you're working on, just to make sure being present. That's the key. Being present. The last one, number seven, that I want to mention is that insecurity or self doubt or any kind of doubt. Insecurity. I think that we're not supposed to be avoiding that either because everyone has insecurity, everyone has doubts, and the more you pursue things, the more doubts you have. Because a lot of times we need to move through faith. So then what it means that means we going towards we don't have the skill sets, we don't have the resources, we don't have anything to only few things we have only desire and a vision to achieve that. Only desire and a vision to achieve that at that starting point sometimes. We are not the person who can achieve that. We don't have any resources, nothing. We don't have nothing to achieve that vision that we have set for ourselves. So that means you need to start with hope and faith. Because a lot of people could call you you're crazy. That's why there's a lot of the saying that only the crazy people who really believe that he could change the world actually change the world because they actually execute. So insecurity is that moment. You have a lot of doubts. You have your insecurities, but that's totally fine. Because when you start taking actions, you're moving towards that vision, what happens? You learn more things, you find more people, you connect with people, people want to jump on board, you building those skill sets. And at some point when you're working hard, at some point you become the person who achieves the vision. You get the resources, you receive the resources all that you needed to achieve that vision. So that means that all the resources will come on the go. The resources will never come while you standing and making decision on to go or not to go. So I hope that you reflect as well, like what kind of things you would love to remove from your life, and ask. So if I remove that, what kind of benefits I will not get of the opposite side? Because everything most time has opposite side. Everything has a flip side of the coin. So insecurity. So that means insecurity and doubts. So that means other side is like what happens when you achieve that? Like all of doubts, like opposite side when you not lean into something that you do not want. Because failure is the best teacher. All those things are amazing tools to really succeed in life. So I hope that you reflect as well. What kind of things you used to avoid? What are your cocoon, as I mentioned in the beginning? When you want to become a caterpillar, what are those cocoons that you are avoiding? And I hope that you reflect and you start going into that. Sometimes people need isolation, isolation from some kind of environments, isolation from association, and really get in their cocoon that they could become the person that they want. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.